Welcome to El Latino Ruido. My name is Javier Luis.
And I am Johnny Boricua Prince Dones.
How's everybody doing out there? It is June 1st.
Yep. And it's the beginning of hurricane season.
It is the beginning of hurricane season.
Yes, sir.
It is Puerto Rican month. It is Pride month. It is what else month? Just a lot of things going on.
Pay the
in
rent
June.
month también. Well, that's every month. But
Yeah.
what you gonna do?
It's the month of festivals.
Yes, exactly.
Lots of festivals in New York City.
Yep.
And we're just pay attention to the itinerary that it's put out on the internet for events. There's going to be a lot of socials. There's going to be a lot of festivals and so forth. Enjoy yourself and just be safe.
Yes. Mucho fun to be had. And just do it safely, guys.
Yes.
So how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I had a festival that I participated in on Saturday, the 152nd Street Cultural Festival, which was nice. It was very nice. And then Sunday I went out to Connecticut, spent a couple of days out there. I needed some chill out
Oh,
time.
nice.
And
Okay, that's good.
and then that's it. How about yours?
Mine, like I said, I would have went to the show, but I was in the city with my brother Nelson.
Yeah.
We went there to do a few things and comimo and
Same.
just hung out. Brother bonding.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, let's give a couple of shout outs here. We have Nancy Rosa Ramos. Bienvenido, Reinaldo. Bueno verte el sábado pasado. It was nice seeing you. Bienvenido.
Bienvenidos a todos.
Anyway, so let's talk about.
Well, first of all, I'm in Facebook jail.
Oh.
I've been restricted for 28 days for something that I posted in April 2020. What?
So what's that about?
Exactly. Well, you know how when the Orange Haze was talking to his people and thinking about injecting Clorox and
took me a
clean the
minute.
system out
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
somebody posted a picture. Now, this was a copy of a post.
Yeah.
So I reposted
Yeah.
about Clorox chewables. So, nonetheless, 2 years later, I get a pop-up on my screen that says you've been restricted for 28 days because it could promote suicide and anything violent and stuff like that. But then I started thinking, but you got people that post for months in advance how they're going to kill people and shoot people up. They go on live while they're shooting people and everything, but that doesn't do anything.
Right. And what
Here's to you, Facebook.
the Orange Haze did January 6th doesn't bother them either?
No, absolutely doesn't. Apparently,
Yeah.
somebody's in somebody's pocket, but
Right.
I'm not going to say anything
but
because
yeah.
I don't have evidence, unlike the other people.
I've never been in Facebook. Joe, but
Neither have
did-
I.
I did get warnings, like some kind of warnings, like I violated this with the community, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but they're saying that I have multiple restrictions. And I say, oh man, I've been a bad boy there, I guess. I don't know. Remind me, because it must have been my alter ego, because I don't post stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna post something, I'm gonna post the truth.
Right.
Pero, ¿qué se va a hacer?
¿Qué se va a hacer? Pero anyway, I've not experienced it. I know a girlfriend of mine, she's been on Facebook, Joe, quite a few times.
Oh, she's a regular felon.
But the thing is that she posts truth. She doesn't bochinche
Right.
bochinche or
Yeah, but sometimes the truth hurts.
yeah.
And
And
sometimes
people
it hurts.
reported. Somebody reported her.
You know what it is? Because they probably hit home to that person.
Yeah.
And they said, para hacer mala maña,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
se la tiró.
Charles, welcome to the
Hey,
show, Charles. Awesome. Do you need money on your books?
Yes, I could use a couple of dollars. I'm not greedy. Start with $5.
That is funny. That is funny.
On 5 pesos, I can get a couple of cups of coffee, maybe a Lucy or two,
Yeah.
maybe a bag of chips.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
all
no,
right.
I mean, Facebook has its pros and cons, right?
Yes, it does. But the thing is, and then on the description, it says when you submit your dispute or whatever, take into account that the short-staffed and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You're a multi-billion-dollar organization.
Right.
Now, I'm sure you can pay a bunch of people to stay their asses home and just look through these things and do customer service, customer care, look over these things and talk to people. But no, that's why you're making your money.
Yeah.
Cutting.
Yeah. Bueno, anyway, you take your chances with Facebook.
Yeah, pay your money, take your chances.
But on the flip side, the good thing about Facebook and I guess YouTube is that if you have your own following and you have like some kind of persona, like you're funny or something,
Oh yes.
Facebook does pay money.
Oh, absolutely,
They pay,
absolutely.
YouTube pays more money though, I think.
I don't know anything about that because I'm not in that echelons yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got maybe
yeah.
like 3 subscribers to one video that I posted like a year and a half ago, and that was a train coming into the station.
That is funny. I remember that stage, that video.
Yeah, that when I was going back home from Florida after mom's funeral and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But and I know people. I mean, I got a friend of mine
Right.
who does chugs.
Yeah.
Badlands chugs.
Right.
My buddy worked with him for many years in transit, and he's got like 2 million followers on YouTube, 2 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
What was that boy making money?
Listen, there's this one girl. I don't know if you guys seen her. You may have seen her. Charles, you may have seen her. Her and her husband, all she did was put a big plate of seafood, langosta, hueye, marico, different types of seafood, with a big thing of sauce, long nails, and all she would do is take like a big lobster tail, dip it with all her fingers, just stick it in her mouth, chew, and make this noise with her mouth, and juice would drip down her face. She did this for a couple of years, and her husband was the camera guy. You know how much YouTube is paying her?
How much?
YouTube has paid her $1,300,000 a year for the last
Wow.
3 to 4 years.
That sounds like, I mean, looking at that, if I do that closing my eyes, that's almost pornographic.
Yeah,
Turn me on, and I just thought about it.
and they have a big house now. They have all this income,
Wow,
and
yeah.
now they keep doing it. My only thing is that
Because you'll get residuals, I'm sure.
you get a lot of money. You get a
Wow.
lot. People have bought homes,
Well,
cars.
I gotta make something up.
All you got to
Max
do
Cruz,
is just
welcome,
and the
welcome
video.
to the show. Thank you for watching.
Hey Max, welcome to the show. You don't have the videos don't have to be long either.
No. You could do
You
little
know?
snippets. You know what it is? You get that one thing that for some reason catches.
Yeah,
It's like when you have a song,
yeah,
you know it sucks,
yeah.
but it catches on like
Yeah.
a cult favorite.
Yeah,
You have these
yeah,
cult
yeah.
movies that are like Z movies and stuff, and they catch on and they get a cult following.
I remember going to the movies with your brother Willie. This is back in the days. It was Maggie, my cousin Maggie, Willie. It was a group of people from Douglas. We went to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
So what you just said reminded me of that. It was a cult classic.
Yes.
It wasn't meant to be mainstream, but
no,
it became a cult
but
classic.
That thing came a major cult classic.
Yeah, that was
I've never
fun.
seen it.
Man,
I
you
never
kidding
got a
me?
chance to go see it.
We went to the midnight show.
Was that the theater downtown or the one
Yes.
on 86th Street?
No, downtown in the village.
Because they had one on 86th Street. I think it was fed live from the one downtown. I think.
Mm.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like I said, I never went.
Okay. It was fun. Pero
That's,
mi
that's
gento,
crazy. That's crazy.
mi gente, I said mi gento, mi gente. Anyway, God bless if you have not had any issues with your Facebook because it can be kind of moody, or she can be moody.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm thankful for Facebook because it put me in touch with a lot of people
Yes.
that I hadn't been in
That's
touch
true.
with for many years, such as yourself.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't have found you again because
Yeah.
the fact that I don't go back to the neighborhood since my
Right.
grandmother passed away.
Right.
We don't go back to the neighborhood, and you live on the other side of the projects, and my grandmother's on the other side.
Right.
So there's no reason for me to go there
Right.
unless I'm going to look for someone.
Right.
And I'm thankful for Facebook because I found a lot of people that I hadn't seen in like 30, 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, Victor, what's up, Papa? Thank you
Victor,
for tuning in.
Welcome. So let's talk about hurricane season
Okay,
in
yes.
the Caribbean, and it's really people always think that it's something that starts like in August or September. No,
Well, it amps up.
It amps up,
in
but
the
yeah.
in the Atlantic and Caribbean basin.
yeah,
In August is actually August to September is when we get sometimes the strongest storms.
right,
But today's the official day it started.
right,
But we had already a hurricane on the west coast of Mexico that came in as a Category 2 and just did its destruction. 100-mile-an-hour winds, landslides, the whole flooding, storm surge, the whole thing. And heavy rain and rain, and it's crossing over the Yucatan right now. That's
Right.
going to go over into the Gulf of Mexico. Well, the southern Gulf, northern Caribbean Sea.
right,
And it's looking to regenerate. And if it regenerates, it's going to be another name. And it looks to take aim at the west coast of Florida, from anywhere from the central to south.
right.
And then you had one that just formed last night off the east coast of Florida. So it's amping up, and it said it's it's getting active. So
Yeah.
you guys be on the lookout. Listen. Well, once I get out of Facebook jail,
Yeah.
listen for my my reports and stuff like that, because it looks like it's going to be an active one, because they've already predicted 19 named storms, and 19 named storms, and 9 of them are predicted to be Category 3s or better.
My gosh.
Category 3s are winds of 111 miles an hour and
I
better.
hope they don't come to the direction
but
of
it doesn't
Puerto Rico.
necessarily have to hit land, but these
Right.
are the ones that are named. But in the past couple of years, they have been hitting land, some strong ones. And
Yeah.
then we have this thing called El Nino.
El Nino, yes.
The El Nino effect brings warmer waters to the Caribbean and the Atlantic, which is the fuel for these hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
But then also you have wind shear. There's winds in the upper level that tears apart these storms.
Okay.
If you can rip off the top of it, then these storms are gonna weaken. But
Interesting.
it's scheduled to slow down, and it's gonna be favorable for tropical activity
Okay. Okay.
coming soon.
Yumaira, she says saludos para este fabuloso dúo. Gracias, muchas
Qué
gracias.
chulería. El cheque está en el correo.
Muchas gracias, amor. Bueno, I remember, me recuerdo que when I used to spend some summers in Puerto Rico,
Right.
even though hurricane season starts in June, we never really experienced any hurricanes. Maybe a rain thing,
I mean,
a shower.
Puerto Rico has been hit by some good ones. I mean,
Yeah,
back in the days, but
Yeah.
Maria was the catastrophic one.
yeah,
And,
Maria, and that was September.
Yes,
that
it was a
September.
late day storm,
Right.
and it usually ramps up in September when the waters are cooling in the North Atlantic. But we
Yeah.
still, hence with Hurricane Sandy,
Yeah,
and it's funny, as they was getting ready to go into the New York Harbor,
hmm
she took a sharp left turn,
right.
and that's what devastated Jersey, Staten Island, and stuff like that. Had that thing come up New York Harbor and hit New York,
Yeah, yeah,
we would have had a big problem. We would have had bigger problems than what we had.
yeah. Reinaldo
With her.
says it's so sad. 11 people died. 35 people still missing in Mexico.
Wow, look at that. See, I didn't get a chance to see that, and it's bad because it's mountainous,
See,
and you have the loose soil because they get their rainy season and stuff like that, and it's not the richest areas,
mm-hmm.
so it's not going to be developed and stuff like that. And like I said, anything with when you have hills and mountains, it's going to happen when you get drenching rains like that, especially when you have it all in one shot.
Yeah,
If you get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of rain in 12 hours,
yeah,
that's a lot.
that is a lot.
1 inch of rain is 10 inches of snow. So that tells you something right there.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyway, I'm not looking forward to it, and I hope whatever hurricanes develops this year does not reach land.
No, I'm not. But
You
this
know?
this is my exciting part of the season, because you know me, I like tracking these things.
Yeah,
But when they come onto land and stuff, I try to give people warnings and stuff, because one time there was a storm that was coming and it never quite hit Florida.
see,
And they say, "Oh, you see what you did? You caused the panic and stuff like that." But wouldn't you rather me tell you, be on the lookout and prepare yourself, than not say anything and you get hit and not prepared? Because it's not an exact science. These are all predictions. It's the winds steer these storms, and
Yeah.
also these storms can go wherever they want. And if there's
Mhm.
no wind, it's going to stay on top.
right.
Because look at Hurricane Harvey that hit the Gulf, Texas and Louisiana and stuff like that. That thing stayed there for days, I think more than a week. 50-something inches of rain
Wow.
over Houston and stuff like that. Bro, that's catastrophic. That is. You don't have to have. It's funny, on a hurricane, a lot of people don't die of the winds. Storm surge. Tidal waves coming in and washing people out, and people look at there was a storm in Galveston
Yeah.
many years ago. A lot of people stayed. They had hurricane parties and everything, bro. Hundreds of people died
Yeah,
because they didn't want to go anywhere.
during Maria, a family member who lives here, his dad was in Aguadilla during that time.
Ooh.
Do you know that he was él estaba acostado en la cama, and the water went up to the side of the bed.
Wow.
It flooded his whole house, and he could just all he could do was just lay in bed. He
So
could
now,
not get out.
see, Aguadilla is in the western part, right?
It is on the western part.
So now
Yeah.
imagine where it came in through.
Right.
Jaucoa and Humacao.
Exacto.
And I was the only one that predicted that big gust that was almost 200 miles an hour into Humacao and Jaucoa, because I have friends who operate ham radios.
Right.
So once you lose the internet and electricity, there's no reporting. You can't record winds or nothing. You don't have anything to report it with. But ham radios work off of satellites.
Right.
So I was able to talk to them, and that's how a lot of people were saying, Johnny, how you get all this information before other people? Because I was talking to these guys. These guys were there, and they're giving me information.
Yeah.
And that's how I was feeding it to people.
Yeah.
But it was bad, and they still haven't recovered. Puerto Rico is another major hurricane away from almost total annihilation. Their infrastructure went back at least 30 years.
Yeah.
So that tells you a lot.
But anyway, plan accordingly.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Have your hurricane kits, your Butelo, your Donku, your Dominoes, and Viva Porú, Agua Bendita,
De todo.
everything.
And some can of tuna fish and cans.
Yes, canned food, and the can opener.
Yeah.
Without the can opener, you're not eating.
Yeah. Don't forget the wine.
Oh, the wine. Yes, seguro que sí.
Anyway, so what do we have next?
Well, we can talk about this little tidbit about the sadness about these children being massacred in Uvalde. And
That's funny. That's
I like
how
that.
it'll be. Yeah, on vacation.
That's how it could be. Did you know that the Uvalde Police Department,
Yeah.
the force, are no longer cooperating with Texas Department of Public Safety?
Why not? What's the reason?
They're in the investigation into the massacre at their colonel, Stephen McGraw, held a news conference Friday, during which he said the delayed police entry into the school was the wrong decision and contrary to protocol. So now they just stopped cooperating with everybody. And, bro, heads are going to roll, and I really hope and pray that this opens dialogue, but
So, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is what I'm hearing, that the police did go in, but they went in to get their own children out first. And
that I
then
heard, because they had some police officers that had children in there, and knowing that he barricaded himself into one of the classrooms,
Yeah.
so I guess that gave him a chance to go in and get their kids, which is, I can understand from a civilian parent's point of view, but you're a cop.
you're a cop.
You took an oath. You dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I hope you can sleep.
Yeah.
I hope you
I
can
mean,
sleep.
even-
19 cops, man.
Yeah, even
in
s-
flat gear. I'm sorry.
No, that's
in,
okay.
In bulletproof gear and all this stuff for one man.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, but something that's very fishy, because even a civilian who is not a cop would have gone in, not just grabbed their own kids, but they would have grabbed the surrounding children. You can't tell me that your own kid was just standing alone somewhere isolated from the rest of the children. If he had the opportunity to take out his own kid, he could have taken out others with him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mira, if there were no cops there, I guarantee you those parents would have stormed that thing. Some people would have died, but they would have got this dude.
So they removed their own kids. This is what I'm understanding. Don't quote
Yeah, I'm
me.
not sure. We don't know. It's not
No,
100%
it's-
confirmed, but
It's actually false. I just did it on my podcast, and I talked about it
Yeah. Oh, you
did?
in Pacific. 40 minutes to get in.
Right.
The timeline, they had at least 20 minutes to stop him before he went to the school.
wow.
They had
look at
20
that.
minutes before.
20 minutes.
But I heard a police officer confronted him because he crashed his truck prior to this.
He crashed his truck. Nobody confronted him. That was bull.
Okay.
He crashed his truck, shot in the air next to a church. The church called 911, which was the third call to 911. And then he walked going towards the school, which they already knew he was going towards the school, and shot again. And then he went into the school. But he did not start shooting in the school for another maybe 10 or 15 minutes. But the police were already outside.
Wow.
So here's the thing. My question, some people are saying, and I don't want to stir the pot. Some people are saying that this individual who could have been stopped minutes before, this person was not stopped by cops because they were like, well, most children are Mexican, So do you think this was like a racial kind of thing where cops kind of allowed it to happen
it
to
kind
of eliminate?
It kind of gives you fuel to go in that direction.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are gonna say that,
Yeah.
but I try not to go there unless I know I have evidence,
Yeah.
solid evidence, because you don't have to have someone tell you directly
Yeah.
that we did this.
Yeah.
It's just in talking to them, body,
Yeah.
their body movement and the way they answer questions, and if they answer them quick enough,
Yeah.
or they stumble or whatever, then you know,
Yeah.
because you can read people. It
Yeah.
doesn't take much to read a person.
Yeah.
But that's my feeling.
Yeah.
There's
Because,
a bunch of Mexican
I mean-
kids, you know.
Yeah, because we have the recent shootings, the kids, the majority were Mexican. Before that was in the mall, the majority were African Americans.
Exactly.
So
At the supermarket.
at the supermarket, what I'm seeing is that there's an elimination of people of color that's
yes.
going on here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, not only that. Like I said, I spoke in depth about it. A lot of people didn't realize when they thought it was a white person that was doing the shooting. They said the shooter was deceased.
Really.
When they thought it was a white person. Now check this out.
Yeah.
When they found out who it was and they released the photo, they said, "Yeah, the shooter was dead."
You know what? I did notice that.
Now all of a sudden, from deceased,
He's dead.
which deceased is a nice way to say it. Now he's dead. He got shot by the cops. So you know the media made it
yeah,
into
but
a color thing.
It goes back to what was that hurricane, the devastating hurricane in Louisiana? I forgot the name of it. Well, anyway,
I forgot. That.
when they were it's funny, non-people of color were stealing food and merchandise and everything. The media was saying, oh, they're looking for stuff for sustenance to eat and stuff like that. But then when the black and Latinos were going and taking, oh, look at it, they're looting.
Yeah, of course. We live in a system that was built on
Oh, absolutely.
hate and built on crime and murder, basically. Let's read up some comments here.
Yeah, Reynaldo just gave us all the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had them also, but I didn't want to go through all.
Yeah,
And you know what's funny?
Victor just said something.
Oh, Victor said an off-duty Border Patrol agent who was taking a haircut and had just dropped off his wife and daughter at the school received an emergency text from his wife and borrowed his barber's shotgun, headed to the school, and helped evacuate other kids and his family from the school.
Wow.
Now, that's the way to do it.
Of course,
That's
you're
the
a
way to do it.
cop, man. You got all this flak gear and everything.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
gotta-
but the
you gotta
sad part about this story is it was the after the fact.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
They were already coming out when he went to go get the kids. They were trying to make this cop a hero. You're not a hero.
Right.
It was already
Yeah,
done.
but it's still. I mean, not even.
But
I wouldn't even call it a
yeah.
hero because that's your job.
It's going to be, the blame is going back and forth. The cops are saying, well, I'm not a sergeant, and the sergeant told me not to go in. The whole concept that I said in the thing was, first of all, the kid was in a mental hospital for 48 hours. That's not because he said he was going to kill people.
Right.
Why was he only there for 48 hours? That's another subject.
Not to mention he shot his grandmother.
Yeah, then he shot
in
his
the
grandmother.
face.
Grandmother calls 911, says he's going to school. He calls a girl. The girl calls 911. Then he posts it on Facebook. All that time, you're going to tell me there was not a barricade in the school?
Yeah.
But I bet you if I call right now and say there's a bomb threat, how many people will leave that building?
Absolutely.
Of course. And
They won't even question it. They won't even question
And
the
then they'll
bomb.
come to you.
Yeah.
So come on.
You know, this is. And then you seen the homeboy Teddy Cruz
Yeah.
Ted
when they
Cruz.
confront him about it and everything, and he's
He was
got
laughing.
Nothing to say. He
Nah.
has his people kick his people out.
Nah.
Yeah, he was smiling and everything,
Bro,
too.
I'm taking his Latino card.
Yeah.
That's it. You're no Latino.
Inoel Santiago says, Bienvenido, Inoel. He says, absolutely right. And he also says, that's horrible. Heads will roll for sure.
I'm sure. I hope
Oh,
so.
yeah, they
man. I
will.
hope so. Carmen, bendición, ¿cómo está?
You know,
Bendición, mami.
I was like, my whole main thing is, if you think about police officers, what would they do before they became police officers? Many of them were in the army. So you're
Yes.
going to tell me out of all those police officers, not one person knew how to blank the place. No one knew how to barricade the areas. You're going to tell me out of all those police, because someone told them not to go in, they said it was
Dangerous for my cops.
no, it was a barricade situation, meaning that when they say barricade, meaning the SWAT team has to come in.
Right.
This is not. This was a hostage situation. That means you have to go in. They didn't let them in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
heads are gonna roll.
Yes.
I'm just waiting to find out who's
Yeah.
gonna pass the buck.
Oh, no. Somebody's going to be made a scapegoat.
Yeah.
There's somebody going to be made a scapegoat. That's the way it always works.
Yeah.
So
You
now
know,
now
I mean-
now the police are getting sued. Everybody's getting sued.
Pero,
so-
and then now we go back to those two young Latinos officers in the NYPD who went into that apartment for domestic violence into an ambush. They went in there to do their job.
Right.
They didn't wait standing outside waiting for this guy to come out to get flushed out or what have you. They went in there to do their jobs, and unfortunately, the end result was they paid with their lives.
Right.
But that's your job, to preserve and protect, not to stand out there and bro, children, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
19 kids.
And then the matter of that they try to arrest 3 fathers who ran to try to run in before the shooting happened.
Exactly.
What do you mean they try to arrest 3 fathers that?
Yeah,
they wanted
3
to go into the
fathers.
building.
The one father said, "Are you going to go in?" It got caught on video.
Yeah.
He said, "We're waiting." Waiting for what?
Yeah,
he said,
waiting
"I'm
for-
not waiting," and he tried to get in, and they tackled him,
Yeah.
threw him on the ground.
Yep. And they held him.
I
they held
hope
on to
his
him.
child.
And then
died.
2 other people tried to do the same thing, and they tackled him. And this was way before the shooting. So come on.
That's out of
Yeah,
control.
this is. But you know the sad thing, that it happened in a predominantly Latino community.
Right.
Right.
They're gonna talk and talk and talk, and it's gonna go down and down and down and down and down, and boom.
Oh, like
You're not gonna
everything.
hear anything.
Oh yeah, like
everything.
I put up. Oh, I don't know if I put it up, but I know
Like
I have
Sandy
it.
Hook.
That's the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
before.
No. That was the Sandy Hook was the other mass shooting in the public,
Right.
in the elementary school. I was talking about the other hurricane, but I forgot the name of it.
I'm gonna post up that picture on a Latino Ruido, but it says mass shooting, media goes crazy, people talk about it,
Yeah, I saw what you. I
gun
saw
gun
that, yeah.
control, people forget about it,
Yeah.
mass shooting, and then it goes back around in the
Yeah.
circle. So
Yeah.
you're not doing nothing.
No,
It's-
no, but
Especially
you-
gun control is to me is totally bull crap. We're not worrying about if guns are killing people. We need a different method. We need
Yeah, you gotta. But you know the thing also. You know how many senators in that are getting millions of dollars a year from the NRA?
Yep.
There's this one senator. I forgot where he's from, and I saw it on TikTok, and I wanted to grab the names. This guy's getting $13 million a year
For what?
Yeah, and you know
from the NRA
from the NRA.
to vote their way.
And you know what's so funny? The thing they said, we need gun control, and we need to put 2 more senator seats up. What the hell does senator seats got to do with protecting our kids?
No,
Yeah.
that's just more for the NRA to buy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
That's crazy. Anyway,
Something has to be done.
yeah.
Now, people saying, "Oh, Biden wants to take your guns and all this stuff." Biden went on the air. I'm a hunter. I use guns. I'm not trying to take away your guns. But why you want to kill an animal with an AR-15? There'll be nothing left of him.
Yeah, see, but he contradicted himself. He said, "I don't want to take your guns, but I do want to sign the sheets to take guns away." Once you sign that gun control, that means you're taking all guns away. So
Yeah, taking it away from people who don't need to have any guns.
what person that does criminal activities go through the chain of command to get a gun anyway? None.
None.
So you're taking guns away from the innocent people that are protecting their homes, because there's no criminals that buy guns legally. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I spoke about it. If you guys want to listen on there, there's a little fake, little plug in there.
Hey,
it's
your
on.
show.
It's on Speak Out on the LDM network and the LDM radio.
You know, but something has to be done.
yes.
We have to come into a medium. People have to sit down on both sides of the fence and have a dialogue. Talk about things, man. Pick this, pick that, add this, take that. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you do things. But you know what it is, man? All these politicians are such multimillionaires, and they're gonna get their beautiful pensions at the end that they don't care anymore.
Yeah, the one thing I do say is there should not be no limit of funding when it comes to saving our children.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I don't want to hear, "Oh, we're funding this, our fund." No.
No.
If you can get $1 trillion to mind your own business in another war that has nothing to do with you, you can get $1 trillion to help and save our kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Victor says what made the police chief Arredondo believe that it wasn't an active shooter, but a
Barricaded suspect
barricaded
in the
suspect
school.
in the school. I've yet to hear an explanation of this.
Yeah, you and me both, and a bunch of other people, I'm sure.
And
Grumpy, what's up, bro?
Yeah. And
they call investigating. That means they trying to shut it down.
Exactly. They're gonna keep investigating until the next thing happens, or
And then
something
everybody
else
forgets.
makes the headlines,
Yeah.
and that'll go away. You know,
it's going to be a broken record. That's what's going to happen.
absolutely. That's
Noel says the RNA grade system A through F tell how much they receive in lobbying.
absolutely.
And he also says, well, to be clear, this kid brought the AR legally.
Oh yes, of course he bought it legally, but now they I saw a video on TikTok.
Yeah.
This guy did an experiment. He's 13 years old. He went with his mother driving around. He goes into the convenience store, tries to buy a six-pack. Oh, no, baby, you can't have that. How old are you, 13? No, we can't sell it to you. Okay, boom. He goes to the next store. Let me get a pack of cigarettes. No, you're too young, and stuff like this. Okay, let me get a couple of scratch-offs. No, you're too young for this. They go into a gun show. Kid's 13 years old. He bought two legally.
Yeah, because
What'd that tell you?
in some states you're 13. But that's the thing that I said. It has to be an age for everything. Because you're 16, you can have sex, right? But you're not old enough to buy cigarettes or nothing. But you're 18, you can go out to here, but you still can't buy beer and stuff because you're not an adult.
Right.
But you're an adult enough to drive and have this other stuff.
Right.
But 21 years old and you're good enough to vote at 18, but you're not good enough to drink because you're not mature enough until you're 20. So when am I mature enough?
Yeah.
16, 18, 20. Give me a time.
So the same men that create these laws are the same men who are creating this abortion law.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
So
they don't know what
they
they're doing.
control the world.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then until they start dropping off from old age one at a time, then we'll see a change hopefully. But
Well,
as
that's
long
not
as they're
not-
around,
Yeah, another 10 or 20 years.
yeah. Artie Aponte, welcome. He says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Artie? Welcome."
Chileando, papa, chileando.
But now now it hit us. Now the Latinos need to
Yes.
get involved
It
because
hit
now
home.
it hit home.
Not just one Latino was shot in the crowd or
God.
whatever. You went specifically to massacre young Latino children.
And the
And you being a Latino.
yeah, and those shattered families will never be
No.
the same.
You know what that is?
Never.
You took your kids to school and you
Never.
never saw them again.
Poor little babies. My gosh,
Bro,
that's crazy.
He ripped these kids apart. They had to get DNA swabs to identify. Oh,
And there was one of the parents there that I guess he may be Buddhist. I don't know, but he was like he doesn't really blame the kid because they could have all been stopped.
it's a system. It's
The
society.
system. 48 hours is not enough time to
No.
tell a person, and especially if, like I said in the podcast, if a psychiatrist says as long as he takes his pills, he's going to be all right. The key word is as long as he takes it.
Exactly.
So what happens when he doesn't take it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because now, if you force this child into a hospital or whatever, you know who's gonna get in? The ACLU.
Yeah, the
all these
children and-
rights and everything. And said, bro, you screw up, you ain't got no rights. Punto. That's what
Yeah.
jail is for.
If-
We're not rehabbing you. You got a life sentence. Guess what? You're gonna suffer for the rest of your life, like you make this family suffer by taking his life.
Yeah,
Punto.
it's funny. Yesterday I said I wanted to kill people, but today I feel good. Okay, he can leave.
You can go home now. Yeah, I've what is it? I've reformed.
Yeah, I'm reformed.
I
I'm
love
good.
people now. I'm going right to church right now.
Yeah, hallelujah.
And then you hear on the news, he goes to church and blows it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, this is it's society. It's society, and nothing is going to happen because they're making money no matter what, whether they vote this or vote that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're in people's pockets.
It's hard.
It is. But the thing is how much more are we going to take
Right.
before we explode? Look at Mount St. Helens. All the pressure, boom, it blew up.
Bueno.
Prepárate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Something's going to happen.
it's
Now that you're speaking about volcano, I'm supposed to be going to the Philippines, and now the volcano is going to probably erupt again.
you are supposed to go to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Cuando?
We were going to go December, but now we decided to go around November.
Okay.
And now they're talking about the volcano looks like it's going to erupt again.
Whoop.
I'm gonna be happy because at least I get to see it, right?
Yeah, and film it.
Right now.
Right? I'll
You're filming for the
well,
show.
well, I'm not gonna film it like the white people, all in the middle with
No,
ashes,
no.
talking about, yeah, this volcano, it's erupting right now. No.
Take a picture of those bats that are supposed to be as tall as a human.
Yeah, that's the one I
They
want to
got
check
bats as
too.
tall as human?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
But the
Well,
island-
I'm not
huge.
going. I'm not going to Philippines.
Yeah, but that island might be closed because I'm going towards their winter time, not their summertime.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Even though it's still hot, I don't know why they
It's hot
consider.
no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know why they consider winter and but dry
I-
and wet.
But they're not. Then they're not. They don't eat meat. Those,
No, they,
they're
fruits.
yeah, they're more
Fruits.
fruits and they're harmless.
Yeah.
But they're intimidating.
Listen, there's a bat the size of me. I'm not waiting around and say, no, he's harmless. Nah,
Listen, there's a bat this small. I'm running.
bro, una cucaracha.
Yeah.
Forget that. There's a 200-pound punk over here when it comes to roaches and rats.
Listen, that's funny.
And it's funny, I worked with rats and big-ass roaches
In the subway
in the
system.
subway, but they generally stay away from you. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's get to the elephant in the room. Gas prices.
Yeah.
And who's to blame? Everybody's blaming Biden. All of a sudden, they're blaming Biden.
Everything is
Pero
Biden.
the biggest increases that we've had in gas started in 2001 and continued to 2008 when George W. Bush from Oil Ridge, Texas, was in the White House. During that time, prices rose from roughly $1 to $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
The biggest decrease was in 2008. Also, when the name George Bush was president, and prices fell abruptly from more than $4 to less than $2 under President Obama. Prices then rose again from $2 to $4 before falling back to around $2 under President Trump.
Right.
But prices went from 2 to 3, then back to 2 with Trump. So it doesn't matter who is in office. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the oil-rich nations that suddenly decrease their productivity.
Right.
So it's like people are blaming the administration. Biden can't do by himself. That's why you have Congress and you have Senate and the House and all that stuff. Yeah. They're the ones that you propose it. You can sign it, but they can veto it if they have enough votes. And then you have all these. They say, "Oh, why can't we drill in the United States?" There are thousands of licenses given to oil companies here in the United States to drill. But why should they drill when they're making money hand over fist without having to lift a finger?
Right.
Because all they do is they get whatever little oil that the oil-rich nations are selling at exorbitant prices, and then they'll jack up the prices here. Union Pacific Railroad. Now, this is a big one because put it this way, all the big billionaires are moving away from oil and gas
Right.
to alternative fuels, biofuels, electric cars, and everything because that's where they're putting all their money in. So if you keep it, if they keep raising the gas prices, and it'll force say, you know what? I'm gonna have to go to an electric car because the prices of those things is gonna start going down. And it's just like in the housing market. When supply is up and demand is low, what happens? Prices go down. When the supply is low and demand is high, prices go up. So it could be a seller's market. It could be a buyer's market. Same thing with gas prices. It has nothing to do with politicians, presidency, none of that crap.
Right.
It's going to go up, it's going to go down. Look up Union Pacific Railroad and Pilot. Check out the connection with that. It's a huge story. I was going to say something about it, but it was just too much to talk about. Okay. But and then you have the drilling, stop drilling, and that Keystone Pipeline. It was only 10% done. That wasn't even it was not gonna be done under this administration or Trump's administration. That's years away, even if they started working on it. That shit wasn't gonna flow for years. So, olvídate de eso. Look it up and stop following people and saying that it's President Trump, President Biden, Obama, Kennedy, if you want to blame him.
Yeah.
Go back to Washington, también. Blame him. It's easy. So, así la vida.
Así es la vida.
Do your homework, people, man. Do your homework. Stop blaming and get involved.
Yeah, or get yourself a electric car.
Yeah, bicycles, roller skates, a scooter, lo que sea. We got to do something. And what else we going to talk about?
Bueno, I mean, my song's about to launch in a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, your song is dropping soon.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm excited about that.
Epa.
today or this evening at 7 o'clock, my new single "En Mi Viejo San Juan" premieres on YouTube worldwide, and the countdown has already begun. We have 9 minutes left before it is premiered on YouTube. So people out there in TV land, turn on your TVs and type in Javier Luis and Mi Viejo San Juan. And I hope I make you guys proud. I hope I make Puerto Rico proud. And it's a big song to carry, because
Yes, yes.
whenever you're covering a song from Puerto Rico, you got to cross all your T's and dot your I's.
Yeah. You know what's funny? A tidbit. Puerto Rico has more songs about Puerto Rico than any country in the entire world.
Yeah.
Hundreds of songs about Puerto Rico, done by thousands probably of different artists and stuff like that. But when you do a rendition of Mi Viejo San Juan, and you make it come out good, people gonna notice.
Yeah.
People gonna notice, and they will tell you they didn't like it or not. So you know that.
Yeah.
We don't. How the Puerto Ricans say, "Esta lengua no tiene pelo ni hueso." We're gonna talk about it, and but you guys are gonna love it. YouTube at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Type
YouTube
in
7
Javier
o'clock.
Lewis and Mi Viejo San Juan.
Yes, mi gente.
¿Qué más?
So, nada más, no hay nada más menos el hambre.
Yeah. Oh, look at Noel Santiago says OPEC told Biden if he wants more oil, pump it yourself. Exactly. Because these countries, OPEC has enough money to buy us over and over again. They don't need to pump any more oil.
Right.
They got their money. We have oil here. Pump it. But it also, they don't have enough refineries to pump
Right.
it. So pump enough for the
Right.
refineries. It's simple math.
Right.
But like I said, these rich oil barons, billionaires don't have to pump anything. They holding their licenses, not giving it to anyone, not letting anyone else pump, and they're still making money hand over
Yeah.
fist.
Yeah.
So there you have it, people.
There you have it.
Do your
people.
homework.
Bueno, mi gente, this is El Latino Ruido. My name is Javier Luis.
And I'm Johnny Dones. Forget the Boricua Prince. I'm pissed.
Why? He doesn't want to add the
But I
middle
love
part.
you. Yeah, Johnny Boricua Prince Dones.
Yeah. All right, mi gente. So we'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
And enjoy your week. And be safe out there.
Don't forget to tune in at 7 o'clock. Javier Lewis and me, Viejo San Juan.
Yes. Peace.
Take care, guys.